Hi guys, so in today's video I'm going to be doing my choices for a drugstore makeup starter kit. So I know that a long time ago I was that girl who was like, what the heck do I get? You know, when you went to the drugstore, there's so many stuff to choose from, you don't really know what to get because each brand has so many different things to offer. So I just went through my collection and found the things that I thought were the most inexpensive and that work the best for a beginner, so you don't really have to like search, you know. So I have just a box full of everything that I have, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so for foundation, I think that's kind of hard because people have different needs for a foundation. Some people will want full coverage, some people will want, you know, a powder foundation, a liquid foundation, just so many different things. If you have normal skin, I would recommend the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse. This is not for people who have oily skin. I have combo to oily skin, so I can kind of work with it. I have oily skin right in my T-zone, and then everywhere else is kind of normal. But I would not recommend this for oily skin, but if you have normal skin, this is a great foundation. I think it's a great starter foundation. So that's my foundation, and if you just have like if you don't know what kind of skin you have, I'd recommend the Revlon Color Stay, and you can get that at Walmart, and it's just, you can buy it if you have dry skin or combo skin. They have different ones for each one. So also for applying foundation, I'd recommend getting a beauty blender or a sponge of some type. I think that is the easiest way to apply your foundation, and it's pretty simple. So yeah, I'd recommend a beauty blender. Oh, for eye primers, I would recommend this Wet n Wild Fergie eyeshadow primer. You can find this anywhere that sells Wet n Wild products, and it's just their eyeshadow primer. So I love this. I think it's amazing, and I think it does an amazing job of keeping my shadows on. So that is my primer that I would recommend. So for eyeshadows, I have just a bunch of eyeshadows for palettes. I'm going to start off with palettes, and then I'll go to singles in a second. So Walking on Eggshells is my highly recommended palette. I think for a beginner these are the perfect shades. You can easily work with these to get different looks, and I think that they're so pigmented and so great. So I also think that when you're starting off in makeup, matte shades are also awesome. So this one's Drinking a Glass of Shine by Wet n Wild, and I would recommend these two shades for a beginner. This is a great all over lid color, and this is a great highlight. I'm wearing the white highlight today and I love it. So those are great, and if you don't want to buy the whole palette, you can just buy the Wet n Wild single eyeshadows in Brulee, and I think they have a white one. I think it's called like Snow or something. I'm not really sure. But those two are awesome for highlighters. Alright, so for blush, I would highly recommend these e.l.f. baked blushes. I only have one, and this one's in Peachy Cheeky, but I absolutely adore this blush. It reminds me of the MAC blushes. So these are only $3, and I believe they're going to come out in stores pretty soon, but if not, you can find them online at eyeslipsface.com. But they're just so pretty. They just have like a pearly like finish, and I'm wearing one today. It's just so pretty. It has a nice natural highlight in there. So that would be my recommendation for a starter blush. The other palette I would recommend for beginners is this, and this is the Eyes Lips Face, and I know this looks really like crazy and confusing when you first get it, but it's really not. There's just so many different shades, different varieties that you can work with. You have like every single color you need, so it's a great palette for beginners, and they're not too powdery or anything. They're just like a nice basic shadow. They're not like super pigmented, but they do have nice pigmentation, so you just get a whole bunch of colors, and I think it's just a great palette to have as a beginner because you can kind of just see what you want and what colors you're looking for. You have every single color in here, so that's awesome when you're starting off with makeup. Well, for single eyeshadows, I think when you're starting off in makeup, it's really important that you go neutral with all of your makeup pretty much, because you don't want to like try to do like a colorful rainbow tutorial, you know, when you just start off in makeup. So this is the Color Tattoo in Barely Branded, and it's by Maybelline, and it's just a gorgeous pearly like neutral like beige color. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm wearing it today, and I love this. I think it's great. It's only about $5, so it's great value, and they stay on all day, and you don't need a primer, so that would probably be my like ideal makeup starter thing. Another thing are these L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. Mine broke, but that's my fault. Whoa! I just dropped it. Anyways, the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows, I'm too lazy to pick it up. Oh! Those are great. They're just pressed shadows that you can put in your crease and anywhere else. Also, this Essence eyeshadow, this one in particular is gorgeous. This one's in Party All Night, and it's just like a really pretty like shimmery cocoa shade that you can use in your crease. I love this shade. I think it's amazing. You can find this at Fred Meyer or anywhere that sells Essence Cosmetics, and this is only $2.50, so it's a great price for a great shadow. Right, so for eyeliners, if you're looking for an eyeliner to put on your waterline that's going to stay on all day, I'd recommend this Essence eyeliner. And this one is, I think it was $3.50, and this one's in Midnight in Paris, and it's just a black gel liner that's going to stay on your waterline all day. I love this liner. It is amazing, and when you take it off, it gets a little messy because it's so like waterproof, and then you try to take it off, it kind of smears everywhere. But this is a great eyeliner for a beginner because you just put it on and you don't have to worry about it smudging or anything like that. So if you want to line the top of your eyes, I would recommend this liquid liner by e.l.f. This is $1. It's amazing. It stays on all day. You don't have to worry about it smudging off or anything like that. It has a really thin applicator, so it's gonna you know, be really easy for you to use. So for mascara, there are so many different you know, mascaras out there. I think it gets really confusing even for me. But if I was going to say, if you want a mascara that's going to do everything for your lashes, it's going to be the Maybelline The Falsies. This one, I would recommend, okay, do not get the waterproof one. You'll never get it off your lashes. But anyways, this one has a curved brush. And it's amazing. Mine's dried out and old, but I kept it just for this video so I could show you guys what it looks like. It's just the Falsies by Maybelline. It does everything for your lashes, like no joke. Like, it lengthens, it volumizes, it blackens, it extends, and it stays on all day. So I mean, it's amazing. It doesn't clump or fade or anything like that. It's just awesome. So when you first get it, it can be a little wet, so just a warning if you try it and you're like, I hate this mascara. It's probably just because it's a little wet, so just give it a little time to, you know, just dry out a little bit. So that's my favorite mascara, and a mascara that I would definitely recommend for a beginner. Okay, so for lips, for a beginner, I would highly recommend just chapsticks. I really don't think you have to get into lipsticks or anything like that. For chapstick, I would recommend this EOS. Yeah, I would recommend EOS in general, but this one in Summer Fruit is my favorite. And also Burt's Bees Nourishing chapsticks are amazing. So they're just Saphir chapsticks. You can find these at Fred Meyer. Ooh, not Fred Meyer. You can find these at Target, and oh my goodness, they are so amazing. I love this one in Summer Fruit. It's my absolute favorite. So those are my two picks for chapsticks. And if you're looking for something that has a little bit of color in it, but you're not looking for a lipstick, I would recommend these baby lips. So I just have two here. So this one's Coral Crush and this one's Pink Wink. So they're just tinted chapsticks, and I think that they are amazing. They are like $3, and they give you a nice little bit of color without being too much and without being like a lipstick. So I love those. So for eye brushes, I honestly only think you need two because these are like the main two I use every single day. I would recommend a flat shader brush and a blending brush. So the flat shader brush is just to apply eyeshadow like onto your lid, and then the blending brush is obviously just to blend out colors through your crease. I really only use these two every single day, so I only would recommend these two. You can get these at Target, and these are both $1, so it's a great value, and I love these two brushes. Oh, really quickly, I forgot to mention how I apply my blush. I think for beginners, applying blush can be really scary, but when you use a stipple brush, it's really not that scary. So this is from BH Cosmetics, and it's just a stipple brush, and you basically just take your blush and you just pat it around in there, and then you just go like this and put it on your cheeks. It makes applying blush so much more easy and so much more controlled. So that's a stipple brush, and that's what I would recommend to use to apply your blush. Alright, so that's my drugstore makeup starter kit. I hope this was helpful to some of you guys, and yeah, that's my whole video. So I hope you guys like this video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!